Hopefully, some of you will recognize me from some of the other videos we've created on YouTube and shared through APMG International on our LinkedIn account or through our website. So just to recap, my name is Rajiv Khanna, and I was asked by one of the candidates recently, one of our colleagues who attended our change management course. And she said, Raj, could you do a short video on this thing called a benefits map? She works at a university as part of the corporate portfolio team, and at the moment she's encouraging her colleagues to start producing something called a benefits map. Some of you may have seen one, some of you may have created one, but in case you haven't, then we hope you find this presentation useful. But if you have, we'd love to hear your feedback and say, does it explain what a benefit map is and what's its purpose? For me, with all my years' experience, it's one of the most crucial things in a change initiative, whether it's being managed as a project, a program, or even as part of business as usual. It'd be useful to create a benefits map. And the more and more we do, the easier it becomes. But without it, we are going to find it very difficult to engage with our stakeholders. So we're going to use a very simple example of something that, as those who have met me in the past would know, an initiative that is quite dear to my heart. So I've used an example of having what we call a bucket bath. So you see what we've got, a bucket, of course, as you can see, a mug and a hot tap and a cold tap. And that's the way we bathe. Now, if that works, then that's perfectly fine. But if we find that that process is time consuming or it's wasting water, then what we do is we change that to having a brand new shower unit. And once we install the brand new shower unit, as we've said before, our family members need to transition from using a bucket to bathe to using a shower unit. One of the challenges that we have when we implement this change is the phrase you'd have heard from me called, you must take the bucket away. Because unless we take that bucket away, it's likely that family members will continue to bathe the same way. Instead of using two taps to fill in the bucket, they could put the shower head in there. But we're not going to go into that into more detail now, because we've presented videos and blogs for you in the past. What we are going to concentrate on, how do we create a benefits map for an initiative where we are changing a system of bathing to a new system of bathing. So what would a benefit map look like? So here is the journey, as I keep referring to, and I hope you have come to realize how useful this is. So in any change initiative, what we do is we deliver, first of all, an output, which is referred to as a solution within Agile framework. And once we've delivered that solution or the output, we need to make sure that the staff are used to, they've been trained rather on that system, so they have a step change in capability. We want them to transition from using the bucket to using a shower unit, which is referred to as an outcome. And we mustn't confuse the word outcome with the word output. And once we've transitioned, we then start to deliver these benefits, which are measurable improvement. So what is a benefit? Well, first of all, let's remind ourselves on what is the definition of the word benefit, which, as we said, is one of the most important areas. It is one of the most talked about element in change initiatives, but in our experience is probably one of the least well executed. Again, if you visit our website, you will see an article, a blog that we've written in the past. So when we're talking about benefits, the ideal words I would like you to consider are increase, decrease. We can talk about cheaper, but if you can't get into the vocabulary of using word increase and decrease, then you cannot go wrong when you're talking about benefits. A lot of people refer within healthcare, providing a 24-hour service is a benefit. I'm afraid that is not a benefit. That is the output. That's the entity, the physical thing that we've delivered. And that will be part of our project. Once that is delivered, we would like people to start using that 24-hour service. Again, that is not a benefit. That is the outcome. So the output is a noun, the outcome is the verb. Ideally, yes, when we talk about outcomes, we want people to start using it. But actually, why is it we want people to start using it? Because we want to deliver some improvements. Improve efficiency is not a benefit. As such, it is a high-level improvement statement, and you will find it is found in something like the vision statement, which is the end goal of the program. So you have to say, how are we going to measure this statement called we've improved our efficiency? So this is what we'd be saying, and that is a true definition of a benefit. But of course, there are other things that happen after it. We put, say, so by time. So when we talk about benefits, we say they must be smart, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. So we would say we would decrease waiting time by 10% within 3 months. Because on the day we deliver the output isn't the day we start to deliver benefits. So if we go back to our journey here, that is when we've delivered the 24-hour service. This is when we've got people to start using it. And once more and more people become aware of that service, over a period of time, we would then start to see our improvements. And therefore, as we've said, benefits must be timely. So in summary, every benefit that we claim must pass 4 validation tests. Need to be able to describe it. Yes, of course, everything that I've said above, you can describe. It needs to be measurable. So how are you going to measure it? And most crucially, we need to be able to give the difference between pre and post. So if we say, for example, we've improved staff morale, we've improved customer confidence. Yes, there are high-level improvement statements, but how are you going to measure staff morale? Are you going to use something like attrition data? Are you going to look at sickness? Or are you going to do staff survey? So therefore, whatever we claim must be demonstrated as pre and post, and of course, which area of the business do we attribute the benefit to? So anything that you say benefits, challenge individuals and see whether they pass the 4 validation tests. And ideally, where we can link benefit to the key performance indicators of the organization, we should have answers to all of those quite easily. So let's go back to replacing the bucket way of bathing to having a shower unit. What does that look like? So if we'll see in here, the outputs, the physical entities, the things that you can touch and feel, as I said, don't forget is also referred to as a solution. The shower unit itself and trained members of the family. By training them, they have the step change in capability. So what is the outcome? Remember, the outcome is a verb. So the outcome in this case would be the members of family have started to use the shower unit instead of having a bucket bath. And that's really the outcome. And ultimately, We need to make that happen, and that is one of the key elements of change initiatives delivered by a method called change management, which I believe should be referred to as transition management. But we're not going to go into that detail right now, but happy to talk about it if you're interested. We therefore deliver some benefits. Remember, I suggested you might want to think of the word increase and decrease. So we decrease the time it takes for us to have a wash. If we do that, we could increase the number of showers that we can actually have. So we have 2 or 3 benefits. There is also one very, very crucial element. To every benefit is likely to have an equal and opposite disbenefit. And that's the legacy we leave behind. So if you have more showers, the cost of the consumables is going to go up. We may have an increase in the cost of maintenance. The shower needs to be cleaned out. We need to get some material to clean the showers. And ultimately, in any initiative, you're balancing between the benefits and disbenefits and decide whether to continue, stop whatever your initiative is. So we have them. So we have the outputs, we have the outcomes. How does that make sense? Because what we need to do is to take all of this information and do a visual representation. In this case, it's quite a simple kind of initiative. I understand that. I have seen organizations that have created this thing called the benefits map, but there are very key elements missing in there. Because of data confidentiality, I am unable to share those benefit maps that have been created in organizations where I could have used this opportunity to show you some of the errors. So if you've created one and you'd like to discuss it with me, you're please welcome to email me and I'll share that with you later on. So what does a benefits map look like? So this is a benefits map. Remember what a map is? It takes you from A to B. So in this case, what is A? And we want to be able to see the linkages. So right at the very beginning, we deliver the output or the solution. So what do we do with that? We then train the people, the family in this case, on the use of the new output, which we said is the capability. Now we want people to change. So that's your transition, the outcome, the verb. By people using it, as you see, we decrease the time it takes us to have a bath, in which case we could increase the number of baths or showers taken. That I would like to refer to as a primary benefit and a secondary benefit, because this benefit that you see here, it's only possible when you've delivered this benefit in here. Because if you see, in this case, changing from bucket to shower doesn't increase the number of showers you can have. The intermediary or the primary benefit must happen. So now you can see a map. Benefit here leads to of baths we have. That leads to a tertiary benefit. So not only are we showing a linkage between the output, the capability, the outcome, it's also showing the linkages between benefits. So one benefit leading to another benefit, and this benefit leading to another benefit. But of course, if you increase the number of showers you have, you could increase the number of friends you have. And that increase the number of friends could increase the number of dinner invitations you get. So you can keep looking at benefits and try and show which benefit takes us where. And that is our strategic objective of the organization, which is improving efficiency. Now, where I've seen the errors, first of all, if you see 2 or 3 projects as part of a program, they all claim that they are reducing the waiting list. They don't. It's whatever the direct benefit is would lead to the another benefit, etc. So renovating the dining room, putting in a new kitchen, and putting in a new shower unit, 3 different projects will, when combined at program level, will increase the value of the property. So that is the linkage we need to be able to show. The other thing that is lacking in some of the benefits map that I've seen is the link to the strategic objective of the organization. If we can't demonstrate how what we are spending money on takes us to the strategic objectives, then again, we are wasting the money of the organization. So we want to be able to show to our stakeholders what we are doing, spending money on actually adds value. So if you've got a vision-led initiative where you start at the top, what you do is you know what your objectives are and you work backwards till you go to the outputs. But we're not going to do it in this for the moment, but just to show what a benefits map looks like. The benefits map doesn't finally say how you're going to measure the benefit. That makes it very complicated. So I hope you can see for a simple initiative like replacing the bucket system to a shower system, what our benefits map would look like. Please have a go. Your initiative, start at project level, not at program, and try and see what is it that your projects are delivering and how they deliver benefit, and see if you can demonstrate the linkages. We also talked about disbenefits. Well, I would suggest we put disbenefits on the side and purely focus on the benefits map that we got here. So this part, which is the project management, is the delivery of the output and the capability, which can either be done incrementally or there should be all in a waterfall way. And this side that you see is the responsibility of the operational managers, and it's about changing the business and then realizing the benefits. As we said, it's important to understand what the disbenefits are, but we don't tend to include them in a benefits map because it's actually called a benefits map. Again, as I said, go back and look at it at corporate level. Try and work with your corporate portfolio management office because you would have some experts there, and that's where, as I said, this individual worked at a university, and you then start to create sample benefits map. So when somebody is coming to manage a new initiative, you can show them one you prepared earlier. It's not about a bucket, it's not about a shower, it's what your organization is currently doing. Whether you're a police force, whether you're healthcare, local government, private sector, it doesn't matter. We all need to be able to produce a benefits map. And the more you do, as we said, the easier it'll get. And for those who've heard about this, apologies, but who haven't, in the words of Jacinda Ardern, be strong, be safe, be kind. Thank you for listening to our presentation, and we hope you found this approach a simple approach of creating a benefits map to help you create yours. If you'd like to share your ideas and how we can improve on these presentations, or any other presentations you like from program management, project management, change management, Scrum Master, please let us know. Contact me through my email rk@arcana.co.uk or through our website, RK Associates Ltd.